well. Here's my question. My question is, first of all, do you watch the show?
Never.
Never. You've never seen an episode? Oh
I
wow.
mean, why would I want to watch cartoons? I stopped watching cartoons when I was about 12 years old.
Okay. Well,
And I look at Snowfall as if it was a cartoon. You know, me and John Singleton was working together. He was helping me put my script together. He was supposed to be the director of my movie, and he disappeared. And all of a sudden, Snowfall came out. I was very disappointed in John. You know, I thought that he was different. You know, I thought that he was somebody that could be trusted, and I know in Hollywood, you know, a lot of the word in Hollywood is that I'm difficult to work with. You know, I don't tap dance.
Do you think you're difficult to work with?
No, I think I'm the easiest person in the world to work with. You know, I can get along with everybody. You know, I got nutcases that I deal with all the time. So
right. These are labels they'll put on people to diffuse you sometimes. But
well, if you ask for things that you feel that you're worthy of, it was like this here. They offered the writer and the director $2.5 million to write and direct my movie. They also offered him back end. They offered me $600,000 and told me to turn around, walk out the door, and never look back.
Wow. Wow. Are you serious?
Yeah. So when I was walking out, I said, "Well, what about can I work on the soundtrack?" And they said, "Well, we don't own the soundtrack."
Damn.
So I kept walking, and I did just like they told me. I never looked back. So what I figure happened is you know they contacted John, and they made John an offer that to John sounded good, and he took it, and he didn't feel that he should invite me because I may not take the offer.
Damn.
Wow.
Because I always knew, you know, when even when I was in prison, I already knew that I was going to one day get out. I knew that I was going to one day be able to tell my own story. And I still know, even though my story's not on the big screen yet and it's not on TV yet, I know that my story is going to come out because my story has had so much effect on America, or even on the world for the most part. You know, when Gary Webb broke Dark Alliance, my story went all around the world, everywhere. You know, BBC, every channel in America, you know, talked about it. You know, it was almost unheard of. Even though you know our black leaders have been talking about it for the longest. You know, Malcolm X. They all talked about the government bringing drugs into the community. And finally, somebody was able to tie the strings together and show a direct connection between a government operative who was being backed by the United States government, who were also using government properties and assets to bring drugs into this country.
And so this was a direct, like you're dealing directly with a government dude who's giving you the drugs.
Well, it's a little more complicated than that. You know, these guys were Nicaraguan Contras, so they weren't official government agents per se. Because if you're a foreigner and you don't have citizenship, then you can't be a United States agent.
But they're working for the United States.
They can be what they call an operative.
Right.
They can be on the payroll, but they're not actual agents.
Official, right. And these
so So this was the first time that that anybody had ever been able to make a direct connection. You know, the proof was there. They had the FBI reports, the DEA reports, where they had connected me and this guy together. So it was really no getting around that me and him had been doing drug deals together. And you know, when it hit, it went crazy. It also was the first time. My story was the first time that any major newspaper had ever published a story on the internet. And lucky that the internet had just came out and it just started to pop, because if not, they would have pulled the story back. I don't know if people know how hard they fought to pull the story back and to take it back. But you know, what happened is once it hit the internet, you know, it was no bringing it back. It was gone. And also, they say that it's the first time that blacks. Time Magazine did an article and said my story was the first time that blacks went to the internet in droves. They wanted to know the story.
Right. And they still want to know the story. I mean, you know, not for nothing, Snowfall is a popular show. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's popular because people feel like they're watching your story. You know what I mean?
That's why
Absolutely.
I asked if you watch it, because I want to ask
reality.
Yeah, people want to know how much of that is real and how much is fantasy, but
right, he don't watch it.
I wouldn't know.
Right,
I wouldn't know.
Right.
You know, I was gonna ask him how he feel about an English guy playing his
man,
or how does he, you know, how does he think?
Well, you know, I like the guy. He was super cool. I met him at Whole Foods one day. We sat down and had lunch together. You know, I was eating lunch and he walked up. And he recognized me and walked up and started talking to me. And I didn't know who he was because I never saw him.
Right.
But just so happened that my managers, they knew exactly who he was, and they introduced us, and we started talking. And the guy was super cool. I like the guy.
Right.
I am disappointed that they couldn't find nobody in California for the first part that could play that role. You know, I mean, like, why would we have to go get somebody that we have to teach how to act the way we have people in LA that act that way all the time? That's the way they were raised.
I'm not sure what the conspiracy is. I feel it like it's something.
It's very common.
Yeah, it's very common now. Like, but it's just within the past, I say 10, 20 years, maybe, they've been pushing these English actors on us who come over here and do these English accents, and you wouldn't necessarily know that they're English actors. When I was on Oz, I got on the set of Oz, and the guy who plays Saeed on there, I start hearing him talking regular, and he's from England, and I'm like, oh shit! Like, I had no fucking idea.
Damn.
String a bell. Idris Elba in Baltimore.
Yeah, just recently when I did For Life, the lead character of For Life, he's from England.
What?
He's from England.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Damn.
I had no idea.
And what's so crazy is because there was like a diction coach there or something, and so he started telling him some shit, and I was almost teasing him like, oh, what you supposed to be like the Ebonics coach or some shit like that? Like you supposed to teach us how to talk thug or some shit. And he was like, nah, he's from London. I said, what? Like yo, these niggas be killing it. Damn. What's so funny is, right? He said that coach said that in his class, he would use clips of me from that other channel I used to be on, that this guy that our brother be on sometimes. He would use clips of me on there to show his students how to do a New York accent.
Damn.
They would use me as the example. I like that. I thought that was flattering. But anyway, yeah, why not do it? Why not use a guy from LA, or you know what I mean? I can really talk that shit, hit those R's real hard. Yeah, I mean, that's that LA shit, man. Real hoary.
Hey, cuz, nephew.
I mean, hey, we saw Fred Hampton, the
Fred
Deal
Hampton.
Suicide movie, the Harriet Tubman movie.
All British black people.
Right. Hold up. Yeah.
Oh
Wow.
no, it's a thing.
It's an epidemic, and I'm just
Well, it's
like,
almost as if they're saying that Black Americans can't handle the job.
They hate
It's
black
really-
Americans.
but that's bullshit. We know that black Americans can handle the job, but for some reason, they're acting like these people are just more. I don't know.
There's
Well,
another.
they're probably more controllable. You know, it's different when you come from other countries and you move to America. You don't have the same mentality as somebody over here that has been mistreated by the police, have been called an N-word. You know, it's a total different upbringing.
Well, they get it. It's just they get the European racism. London's racist as fuck. So a lot of the European shit is racist, but it's a different kind of racism. You know, even though that's where racism started, was Europe. That's the headquarters. But I really believe that it's just insult to African Americans because everybody has a problem with African Americans. You know, even though African Americans, well, you know this, built America. I just think everybody has a problem with African Americans. They just hate us. They hate African Americans so much that they go, we're going to get people to play your heroes, but you don't get to play them. And I really believe that white people just like to hear black people with a British accent. It makes them feel better. It goes, I don't feel like hearing that Southern shit. I want to be around. Hello. Yes, that was really good. I love the way you played.
An air of superiority to it too.
Like, yeah. So there's another insult to black people again. They just African Americans. Everyone has something against African Americans.
They're doing it with white actors too, though. I gotta say, they are doing it with white actors.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of white actors that's from London that are taking.
That's
American
true. Very true.
There's something about pushing these English actors on us right now that I'm not sure what.
Maybe they're apologizing for us beating the British. Did we beat the British in the American Revolution?
Oh, that's why America fucking exists right now.
that's probably the revenge.
Listen, America.
They work cheaper.
They've always been holden to America.